is where MAGA comes to talk, and here I am docked in the Dominican Republic. And it's 6:57 a.m. We just docked within the last hour. Beautiful. The Dominican Republic. And in a couple of hours, we'll be taking an incredible shore excursion on a private chartered sailboat, and we're going to go snorkeling to a few cool locations right here in the Dominican Republic and sail around. Absolutely beautiful. So welcome everyone, here on our cruise ship, the Celebrity Ascent. Of course, I've been wearing my MAGA gear the entire cruise. A lot of the people in our group have as well. And mostly from other passengers and crew on the ship, it has been very positive. A lot of Trump love. I ran into a guy last night, late last night, who was wearing the Trump shoes. Yeah, I've never been to the Dominican Republic. We're docked. There's a freighter right there. Now the sailboat we're going on, it's called a catamaran. Puerto Plata, that's right. This live stream is brought to you courtesy of the great Elon Musk. I'm live streaming using Elon Musk's Starlink internet. So I want to thank Elon Musk from Doge for the great Starlink internet. Yeah, but it's mostly been positive from people on board the ship. And, you know, there are people on this ship from all over America, all over the world. There's been a few people that aren't Trump people. Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot, our travel agent, he ran into a couple of Canadians yesterday. They didn't care for our MAGA group. I ran into a guy in the elevator yesterday who's, it's really interesting to me is how angry liberals are. Okay, if I got into an elevator or I was sitting at a bar on a cruise ship and there was someone next to me wearing some Democrat whatever, which could be that could be some LGBTQ plus trans shirt or something, I wouldn't say anything to them and start calling them out on their politics or beliefs, would you? I wouldn't. But these liberals, they feel that they have to get it off their chest, because what happens when they see the MAGA hat, the MAGA shirt, they just are triggered. They just get immediately just triggered and angry, and they just have to let you know that they disapprove of you and they're pissed off and all of that. Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome. And it's amazing, the Trump derangement syndrome, it's dormant in people. And then they see the MAGA gear and it's instantaneous. If you're just joining, this is the Dominican Republic. This is our first stop. We have 2 more stops next 2 days. And today, we have a shore excursion in every port, but today's shore excursion will probably be the best because it is our sailboat snorkeling tour. I brought my GoPro that I'll take underwater when I go snorkeling. Well, thank you, DJ. I appreciate that. Yeah, the thing is, when these Trump derangement syndrome sufferers start freaking out, I don't get nasty with them because, this is how I view it. And I believe that all MAGA people should view it this way. When you're wearing MAGA gear, you're representing President Trump, right? So if these, the kill them with kindness is my approach. Be polite. I'm a gentleman. Because you're representing the president. In their eyes, you are. So if you go nuts and respond to their Trump derangement syndrome with anger or anything, they'll say, see, look how those Trumpers are, So always be polite, because there's people around too, So you want to be respectful and calm and cool, not a lunatic like these Democrats. Yeah, be civil. You're representing the cause. You're representing the president. Absolutely, Dennis. And I know a lot of people that's hard to do. I get it. But here on board the ship, I've had 4 or 5 negative encounters. I mean, there's a couple thousand people on board, where people have said something. I've had a few stares where, people are like looking in judgment. Always polite. It's kind of like Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. Always be nice. Yeah, my first time in the Dominican Republic, I'm really excited. And I do enjoy snorkeling. We did a snorkeling trip on our last cruise, and when I was young, I used to snorkel all the time in the Florida Keys. And when I went snorkeling on the last cruise was the first time I had been snorkeling in 25 years or more. So, and I didn't bring my GoPro last time, but I brought my GoPro, and I have a strap where it fits on my wrist. So I go in the water. I'll hopefully get some good video on my GoPro. I haven't used my GoPro in a long time. I have a GoPro that's an old one. It's a Gold Pro 5 Black. That's how old it is, because I don't use the GoPro that often. But I tested it out a couple weeks ago. It works very well. Not really, no. It's mostly positive. It is mostly positive. In fact, last night, now this was cool. Last night we had our private cocktail party on the top of the ship, which was really beautiful after dinner. And then we went to the comedy club together. And we were, our group, we had the first and second rows at the comedy club. And it's in the big theater, so it's a full house. And there was a lady comedian from Los Angeles. So, you know she's liberal, and she was calling out people in the audience, and I was wearing my dark MAGA hat, and other people in the group were wearing their MAGA hats, and she was calling out people and asking them their names and really, giving people a hard time, and she looked at me, and she said, what's your name, sir? And I said, Brian. She says, are you having a good time? I said, absolutely. And I was expecting her to make some comment about the MAGA. She didn't. She didn't. And she was making some hardcore jokes about people. I mean, she was really insulting to some people. So I didn't know what to make of that. Was she going to make a joke about the MAGA, about Trump? And she had second thoughts and said, well, I better not get political? Or is she undercover MAGA? I don't know. I don't know. But I thought for sure when she called me out, because she'd been pretty rude to some people, I thought pretty sure she was going to say something, but she didn't. You'd be fishing? I don't know, you'd have to really cast out pretty far. Oh, see, our ship, now you guys that are not with us on this cruise, because I know there are some people that are watching that are here in our group. If you're not on this cruise, you will want to come on the next one. I can't announce where we're going yet, but it is an incredible deal. And we're going to a location I've never been before that I've always wanted to go to. So I'm really excited about it. And the price is just incredibly good. But I learned last night the captain of the ship, we've got a Greek captain. The Greeks are ship people. And he was talking about this ship and the ship that we're going on next time. And I did not know this. And he said something really interesting. I'll be adding this to the message when I'm back home talking about the cruise. He said, and this is so true, and I'm sure you've heard this. He said, a lot of people say that cruise ships are hotels at sea, right? Have you guys heard about that? I'll get to the Supreme Court in a minute. That cruise ships are hotels at sea. Well, that's not the case with these ships. This ship that I'm on right now, the Celebrity Ascent, and the ship that we're going on our next cruise have an official designation from the travel magazines, from Fortune magazine, and that they are actually, and this is something that only a dozen or so ships in the world have. This has a designation, and our ship on our next cruise, as a floating resort. Not a floating hotel, but a floating resort, which is a pretty big deal. Well, people are asking about the special election. Here's the thing about these special elections. The voter turnout is low. And I was talking to someone last night, and they're not from here. They're from another from here, Dominican Republic. I mean, when I say here, I mean Florida, because they're not from Florida. They're from another state. I can't remember which one. And they said that since we won, fewer people in their state are wearing MAGA hats. And I got to tell you, I think it's important to keep wearing your MAGA hats because those are campaign signs. And when the midterms come up, it's all about voter turnout. It's all about voter turnout. So all these special elections and everything that have these razor-thin margins, don't worry about that too much. I mean, listen, I want to win every election, don't get me wrong. But you gotta take, what can you learn from these things? And I would say what you can learn is that it's about voter turnout. We've got to make sure that we rally all of our people. Welcome Mike in Ireland. We've got to make sure that we welcome all of our people out there to vote. We got to have a massive voter turnout. Yeah, I am in Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic, Sarah. Sarah's been on a couple of our cruises. She was on the last one. People have been asking about you, Sarah. You're missed. So, we can't do anything about what's happened. We can only say, okay, what happened and what can we do next time? So I think in a way it's a good thing because we can do incredibly well in the midterms if we swamp them at the polls and have a massive, massive, massive turnout. That's why Trump won re-election this time. So that's what we got to do. So, I'm not one of those people that sits around and whines about what's happened. I'm looking at it, what can we do next time to be prepared, right? Well, I hope you can come, Sarah, because this is going to be an incredible one and an incredible price. I know some of you yesterday called Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. He has his phone here on the ship. So if you're interested in going on our next cruise, give him a call. But, oh, look, there's some guys. There's this small freighter, and these guys just left it. That's some crew from that freighter. Okay. They just left that freighter. JP, I have not been outside too much on this cruise so far. And I am I'm worried about getting sunburn. I'm going to have to borrow some suntan lotion. No, our captain is Greek. We have a Greek captain and first officer. I'm a little worried about getting sunburned today, so I'll be putting on a lot of sunscreen. Welcome, everyone. If you're new, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. And if you're just joining us, I am docked in the beautiful Dominican Republic on the Celebrity Ascent. Well, I know, this is, and I'm so, this is amazing because this is our 6th cruise, and a lot of you have been listening to me since the first cruise, and you've not seen me live stream like this on the other cruises. And the reason you haven't is because the internet just has not been good enough. And we have the Elon Musk Starlink internet on board. And on this cruise line, there's a router in every cabin. There's a router in my closet here. And the reason I have not live streamed on the other cruises is just because the internet was not good enough. Even on the last one, we had Starlink, but they didn't have as many satellites up as they have since the last cruise in the last year. Yeah, I'm making a vlog of the whole cruise. So next week when I'm back, I'll do a live premiere. I'm going to do one video of the whole cruise. Last year, I did like maybe 4 videos from the different things. I'm going to do one video of the entire cruise with all of our shore excursions and stuff. And I mean, I want you guys to think about this. Here I am. This is my cell phone that I brought from home. I'm connected to the Starlink internet that's offered here on the ship. And I'm able to live stream. I could, and I'm going to tell you something. I could do the show live from the ship. Yeah, Cindy, and yeah, it's amazing. And I want you to think about this. It's 7:14 a.m. So pretty much everyone on the ship is up and using the internet right now because people want to check their email or socials, or they're watching YouTube or something. So everyone on board the ship right now, pretty much, a couple thousand people are using the internet. Steve's doing great. Yeah, he's doing great. He's having a good time. The Dominican Republic. I'm excited. I've never been to the Dominican Republic. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know what the weather is, but it is perfect. It doesn't feel humid or anything. This is my balcony that I'm on in my cabin. I did a ship tour last year. I've done a couple of ship tours that are on my channel here, and I don't have a video tour of this ship, but they're similar. So if you want to see, go to my cruise videos of the past. If you go look at the, we've been on 2 other ships of this class, the Celebrity Beyond and the Celebrity Ascent. If you look at those, this is our first stop, yep. You can take a look and kind of see what the ship is like. I've only been on a small part of the ship. I mean, there's so much to do. And we've been having a good time. I have not been to most of the ship yet. Katina, I don't know. Well, the Starlink is very, very good. I don't know how good it would be to use at home for everything I do. Like when I do my morning live streams on my computer on the radio, I don't know. I mean, this is pretty good. I've not rewatched these streams. So, and I have not checked the speed. And we are backed in because my cabin is forward. I'm forward in the ship. And so we're facing out towards sea. So we backed in. So, because, but I think for most people it would be fine. But I need to have the best connection possible. If I didn't live stream on YouTube at home every day, I would without doubt get it. But I might get it as a backup, like when we have hurricanes. Because if we have a hurricane, I could still stream if the internet's out. Oh, this is beautiful. There's hardly a cloud in the sky. Look at that. I mean, this is the genius of Elon Musk. It really is. The genius of Elon Musk. That I can sit here on the balcony of my cabin in the Dominican Republic, and the times to do the show from the cruise, but the reasons I haven't done that is because, well, one, it would interrupt with my vacation because, we were out till about 12:30, 1 o'clock last night and the night before with people in the group just having a good time and hanging out. And, but, because we have people from all over the country. So people are on different time zones. There's a lot of people from California, Colorado, out west. So it's 1 o'clock for me, but it's 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock for them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. You can receive phone calls. I talk to my wife, and I do get calls. That's why I was saying, Ian from Cruise and our travel agent, after the live stream yesterday, a bunch of you guys called him about the next cruise, and he has his phone, his office phone forwarded to his phone here. Yeah, he gets calls, and sometimes if I need something, instead of looking for him on the ship, I can call him or text, and Now, with my wife, Kathy, I FaceTime her when I talk to my wife. But yeah, I can with the internet, I can receive calls and make calls. You don't want to use the ship to shore. You can use it with Wi-Fi calling, and it's just like your regular phone. Not the Starlink, Anthony. Years ago I had DirecTV and I got rid of it because of that. But the Starlink, they have so many satellites now that's not a problem. I should be fishing? Yeah. No, this is the Dominican Republic. Well, first off, that was over 100 years ago, and we're not in the North Atlantic. There's no icebergs in the Caribbean. I don't know why everybody always makes a Titanic comment. I don't quite get that. This is the Caribbean. I mean, look at the break on the waves over here. Beautiful. So we're meeting at 9:30 on the pier for a shore excursion. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. This is most definitely where manga comes to talk, as we're using Elon Musk's Starlink internet. I mean, this is a great commercial here for Starlink. I mean, I am so impressed with it. And, on all of our cruises, we've had internet, okay? And you can do stuff. You can stream. You can watch, YouTube and stuff. But not like this. And even the other cruise lines, they don't use Starlink. I forgot what the old system is called. Oh, the food is spectacular. Last night I had beef Wellington for dinner, escargot for an appetizer. I'll show you guys in the vlog for the cruise next week. You'll see some of the food. I had everybody last night show their food. So some had duck, some had beef Wellington. And you can order, these celebrity ships, they don't have one big dining room. They have like 4 different dining room restaurants. Each one's a different specialty. A French restaurant, Italian, Cosmopolitan, I can't remember what the other one is. And you can order from any of the restaurants no matter where you're eating. So I ordered actually my dinner from the French restaurant, even though we were in the Italian restaurant last night. And you can order as much food as you want. You could order 30 dinners if you wanted. Yeah, there's one night is lobster night. I don't know what night lobster night is. Oh, the entertainment is unbelievable. The comedian last night was very, very funny. She had such a dry sense of humor. You know, and we all went, and I told everyone, I said, you know, a female comedian is hit or miss. She's either going to be really good or talk about vaginas and menstrual cycles. And she did not talk about vaginas or menstrual cycles. It was really good. She was very good. She did very, yep, escargot and garlic butter. It was delicious. And the same goes for the appetizers. You could order 10, 20 appetizers. And we actually, we ordered pretty much every dessert on the menu at the table last night. Just to take a bite. Like, oh, the guy said, oh, we have carrot cake. And I ordered a carrot cake just so I could taste it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can order as many dinners as you want. On the last cruise, if you look on my shorts, I made a shorts video about this on my channel here. My daughter, she was in another cab, and my daughter calls me up. It's like 2 in the morning, and she's like, are you up yet? I said, yeah. She's like, are you hungry? I said, yeah. I said, I'm hungry. Let's go get something to eat. And she's like, well, let's order room service. I said, okay. So I go to my daughter's cabin, and it's on my YouTube shorts. My daughter ordered every item on the room service menu, and we covered up the whole bed with all of it, and we ate like crazy. And it's included. It didn't cost us anything. So what the hell? Let's order everything on the. It was amazing. It was fun. We had a good time. You know, JP, I am so blown away by the Starlink. So I was talking to. I'd forgotten about this. So I was talking to Ian, our travel agent from Cruise and Travel Depot. And I was talking about how great the internet was, and I said my cabin must be really close to wherever the internet connection is on the ship. And he says, no. He said there's a router in every room on board, so everyone has internet this good on the ship. I actually I don't go to the buffets too much because you can have breakfast and lunch in all the fine restaurants on board, but yesterday I did go to the buffet and get a bite at breakfast. I wasn't going to, but then I did. No, but why? It's just fun. It's just fun. Oh yeah, and the buffet, and they have one thing they have on these ships that I love. They have a pizza restaurant at the top of the ship, and they have big pizza ovens, and it's open really late. And usually before bed, I'll go and have some pizza before I go to bed. Oh no, the buffet is amazing. See, this is, I told you guys, the ships that we go on, I just learned this last night, they have a special designation, this ship and the one we're going on next time, as a floating resort, not a floating hotel. So the buffet is also fine dining. It is not like, you know, a lot of people go on like Carnival Cruise Line and things like that. That's all crap. This is very, very, very high end. The food is Michelin star quality food. Yeah, the first night of dinner I had a New York strip. It was delicious. Oh, Dan and Don, who go on a cruise, they were sitting next to me last night. Don had steak Diane last night. No, it's not like the Golden Corral, Mike. No. It's, you know what this is like? It's like you're having a buffet at Gordon Ramsay sets up a buffet for President Trump and his immediate family at Mar-a-Lago. No guest. It's very upscale, the buffet. I'll show the buffet on the vlog. The last couple of days, we've got a couple of sea days at the end before we come back, and at the end I'll do a ship tour, and I'll show you the buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But it's nice how much Trump is loved by the passengers on this ship that aren't even in our group. It's amazing. Because I've been wearing nothing but my Trump gear the whole time. So I've been getting lots of feedback from the passengers. I've had a few people that have given me a little grief, but there's no scary stories on our cruises, Cherry. All that stuff you see online is like from Carnival Cruise Lines. That's like, you know what I tell? This is the way I describe. Okay. This cruise, the cruise ships we go on with Celebrity Cruise Lines, these are like private yachts. Carnival is like taking the Greyhound bus. That's basically it. That's the difference. I'm wearing swim trunks because I'm going. Since we're going snorkeling. This is, what do you call those shirts that stop you from getting burned? That's what this is. So I don't have to put suntan lotion all over my body. I'll show the food at dinner another time or two, but then I'll go through the buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a sea day, and I'll put it in the vlog so you guys can see it. Oh, the Royal Caribbean owns Celebrity. Okay, Celebrity and Royal Caribbean are the same company. This is Royal Caribbean's upscale cruise line. But don't let that scare you away, because the price is really good on these cruises. You know, with our cruises, everything's included, right? You know, when you go on these other cruises, they lure you in, like Carnival, they lure you in with a low price, but then they nickel and dime you for everything on board. So those cruises are low quality trash, but they actually cost more than this one. And we're in luxury. I've got everything included. Like this here, I've got the drink package, and this is coffee. This is what I get at home during the week. This is an Americano with 4 shots of espresso, and I didn't have to pay 1 cent for it. Yeah, I have a cabin steward, and he comes to my room at least 3 times a day. When I leave, he'll come and clean the room and make the bed. He'll come in the middle of the day again and clean up the room and organize everything. And then when I come back to the cabin at night after dinner and we do all our stuff, they got the bed turned down. There's chocolates on the bed every night. Like today we've got a shore excursion where we're going snorkeling. He laid out a beach towel for me to take. If there's some other ships, they're on the other side that I can't see, because over here I've just got the beautiful view of the land. There's 2 cargo ships here, but if there's any other cruise ships, they're on the other side. Fresh towels, yeah, beach towels. Let me beach towels. Oh, working on a cruise, yeah, there's, So you get pampered when you're on board. There's no getting around it. And I'm by myself, so I have a cabin to myself. So I've got a king size bed. And I don't know if I showed the bathroom yesterday, but I don't want to, I've got all my stuff out because I was getting all my things together for the trip today. But if you look on my videos from last year, you can see the cabin, and it's pretty much the same. But I've got a king size bed, a beautiful couch. I've got a desk, a beautiful desk. I've got a big screen TV, a massive closet, and I've got a like last night was formal night, and I didn't know. right? That it was formal night. I thought it was later in the week. And I had my suit for formal night, you know, my black suit with black tie that I got to meet Trump. I bought to meet Trump in. And my suit was wrinkled as hell because, you know, I just threw it in the suitcase, and I got my room steward, and I said, "Hey, tonight's formal night." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Can you get my suit pressed?" And he says, "What time's your dinner?" We have dinner early at 5:30. Okay, we do the dinner early so we have the night free to do all the stuff on the ship. And dinner was in 2 hours. I had to be at dinner in 2 hours. He went, he took my suit, he got it cleaned, dry cleaned and pressed, and had it back to me in like less than an hour, you know, and I wore it last night. And yeah, you can get laundry done if you want. Sometimes I do that, but I bring a lot of extra clothes. So I brought an extra suitcase that was empty, so I put all my dirty clothes in this empty suitcase. The tips are included. I do tip my room steward. I will say that. When I get on board and I meet my room steward, first thing I said, "You going to be with me all week?" He says, "Yeah," and I tip him right there at the beginning. A lot of people tip the room steward at the end. I tip them at the beginning, and then again at the end. But if you tip them in the beginning, you know, they know you're not some jerk. But yeah, the tips are included. So no, you don't have to tip on the ship. Mm-hmm. The only money that I've spent on the cruise is I did tip my room steward when we were still in Fort Lauderdale, and I forgot to pack toothpaste, so I had to buy a tube of toothpaste. That's it. That's it, you know. And I might get a few more things pressed for dinner later this week. I'm not sure. We'll see. No, so it's luxury living. Oh, they're not better than this. And the entertainment is amazing. No, it wasn't $10, but but even if it was $10, that's all the money I will have spent all week. I don't have to spend any money. Well, the excursions are extra because not everybody can go on the excursions. Like today's excursion on a sailboat, there's some people that, you know, may not want to go on a sailboat. So you cannot include the excursions because sometimes people may not want to go on the excursion. Like some of them, like I can't remember what we're doing the other 2 days, but today's a sailboat around we're going to go on a 4-hour trip to some snorkeling spots. You can scuba dive too if you want to scuba dive, but I'm going to snorkel around the Dominican Republic, and not everybody wants to do that or can. So, you know, the tips are included, and the pricing varies based on what cabin you get, but the price on the next cruise is really, really good. Ian, our travel agent from Cruise and Travel Depot, he got an incredible deal. The people that are with us on this trip, they get first dibs to book. So I can't tell you guys yet, but you can call Ian. Oh, I love snorkeling. It has I have a card. I'll show you my key card. Okay, this is everything. This is my room key, and you just touch it. You know. Oh, the weather hold up. Look at this. Are you kidding? The weather's beautiful. See, and I'm under the bridge. Okay. I like to be forward on the ship, and I'm under the bridge. And there's the bridge. I mean, look at that. Beautiful weather, perfect weather. Oh, you should come, Anthony. You will have a great, great time. You know, and the thing is about our group, because everyone in our group are people who either they listen to me on the radio, watch on YouTube, listen to my podcast. So you'll see real quick, it'll be like you're meeting old friends, because it's almost like you know each other. The only thing that's hard for me is it's hard for me to have conversations sometimes, because you guys are listeners, and you know more about me than I do sometimes. So, so if I, like if you're at a dinner party and you're having a conversation, usually people don't know what you've been up to by listening to you before. So, No, I have never gained a pound on a cruise, because you're walking so much. You could take the elevators and everything. I mostly take the stairs, and I always get a cabin that's in a, essentially, I do like to be forward, but I get a cabin on a deck that's kind of centrally located to where everything is, so I could take the stairs up or down most of the time when I'm going somewhere. So, you're walking, you're taking the stairs like I do. So I get more, I actually do exercise on cruises because I take the stairs a lot. So I've never gained an ounce on a cruise. And I've been drinking responsibly. I've been drinking a lot of water. I had a couple of drinks. The last drink I had last night was, I had a glass of champagne, which of course was free. I just went and ordered a glass, it gave me a glass of champagne, because it's included. The drinks are included. But you don't have to get alcohol. You can get, I drink mostly Evian water when I'm, but I had a couple beers yesterday. We had a party yesterday afternoon on this, at this bar. It's called the Magic Carpet. It actually hangs off the side of the ship. If you look the ship up online, you'll see the Magic Carpet. It's amazing. And I got this drink that one of our cruisers got a couple of cruises ago, and it's a crazy drink. It's really strong, and I saw the bartender make one, so I ordered it just to taste it, and it was so good. It was Tito's mixed with club soda and Red Bull, and I drank half of it, and I was really, really drinking it slowly too. I was really drinking it slowly. I drank half of it, and I could feel it. I was like, oh my goodness, this is like, this is a dangerous drink, because it tastes so good, and there's some chemical reaction that the Tito's has with the Red Bull that enhances the effects of the alcohol. I don't know what it is. And I didn't drink the rest of it because it was too strong. I was like, I'm like, this is a dangerous drink. But it's all, the drink, it's not just the drinks are included, it's top shelf liquor. I don't, I get Tito's. I like it. I'm an Absolute guy. But I also like Tito's. And what's the best tequila? Because I do like to have a tequila shot or two. I haven't had any yet. I'll wait for later in the week. But I do like tequila. But whatever top shelf tequila, it's included in the drink package. So you're not drinking like the bottom stuff. And if you, the key to, I like Tito's a lot. Patron, yes, Patron's included. So if I have some tequila, I'll have Patron shots. Usually, I like Patron. That's just me. But the other ones, whatever you want, they got them. But I like Patron. But the key to hangover, there's two keys to hangover. Well, first off, don't overindulge. But if you drink top shelf liquor, you'll be okay. But usually what I do is I'll have if I'm drinking liquor, of course top shelf, and then between drinks or every other drink, I'll have a bottled water. But I usually drink Patron and Tito's. This is the Dominican Republic, if you're just joining us. If you're new, subscribe. This is our MAGA cruise brought to you by Elon Musk and his Starlink internet connection, which is what I'm streaming on Starlink right now. You can see the pier down there. So we're meeting in about an hour and a half or so at the end of the pier for our excursion. Every stop in the Caribbean has a national liquor, I've learned over the years. Oh, if they had Zima, now I'd be in trouble because I love Zima. Zima came out again. I like Absolute too. I like Absolute Citron. I love Zima, but I don't think they have Zima. You can't get Zima in America. Zima's the best. Zima, to me, tastes like a Jolly Rancher. I know, it's beautiful. I mean, I live in Florida, and I'm like blown away. It's beautiful. Well, thank you, Katina. My guess is it's probably like 78, 79 degrees. Yeah, we've been to Puerto Rico a couple times. I like Puerto Rico. And all of our excursions we take, you book through the cruise line, and all of our shore excursions are private. There's no one on our shore excursion other than people in our group. So our shore excursions are all private. So it's you know, it's all friends. You know, it's like, you know, when you go to a Trump rally and everybody's like they know each other. It's the same kind of thing, even though you're just meeting for the first time. It's kind of like that. But there's some people in the group that have been listening to me since I was like 18 years old. So it's crazy. Yeah, Sarah could tell you. Yeah, Patrick from Colorado's here, Sarah and his wife. I was hanging out with them last night at the silent disco. I don't think that's a lighthouse. No. I don't see a lighthouse. The date of the next cruise, I'm not sure. You guys got to call Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot. He'll tell you. But it's definitely next year. And our MAGA cruise is the original MAGA cruise. Well, that's in another country, man. That's like saying in America you're close to the Mexican drug cartels. This is Dominican Republic. We're not in Haiti. Yeah, I was in dark MAGA mode last night. I was wearing my dark MAGA hat last night. There's one guy in our group, oh man, he has the Gothic MAGA hat. I got to get a Gothic MAGA hat. I brought like maybe 5 or 6 MAGA hats. I'm going to show the silent disco on the vlog, but the silent disco it's funny. You wear headphones, and the music's playing only through the headphones, and everyone's listening to different music. So everyone's dancing and singing to the songs that they're listening to, but it's different music. It's hilarious. It's more, to me, it's more fun just to watch it, everybody, than at the silent disco than participate. It's hilarious. Yeah, and today I'm going to wear, I brought so many MAGA hats. I'm on the excursion, I'm going to wear this one today. A listener sent me this hat. This is going to be my excursion hat. And then last night to dinner, I wore my gold MAGA hat. This hat came, the Trump campaign sent me this hat. And then last night, we went after dinner, we had a cocktail party, and we went to the comedy club. I was wearing my dark MAGA hat. And then yesterday, we had our outdoor party at the Magic Carpet, our outdoor get-together. I wore my summer white MAGA hat. And then I still have, this, my orange MAGA. And then I've got a Let's Go Brandon hat. So I brought a lot of hats. And the one I'm wearing, of course. But there was, I've had a couple of people from other countries, because they don't know. They asked me, why does it say 45 and 47? So then I explained, well, I said, because President Trump is the 45th and 47th President of the United States. So I'm like, oh, okay, they had no idea. So, yeah, the summer white. Yeah. No, that hat is gold. That is not yellow, it's gold MAGA. The Trump campaign sent me that hat during the campaign. So I wore that to dinner. And, you know, I'll tell you something. You're not allowed to wear hats in the dining room. And I've been wearing my MAGA hat, and they haven't said anything. And some other people have, too. I am shocked. Yeah, I brought... Well, you know, I just... I figured, you know, I'm here for a week. A lot of these MAGA hats, I don't wear too much. So I said, let me grab a bunch, because I'm taking pictures and stuff with people. So, you know, I don't want to have the same hat on in every picture. But I'm going to wear the mugshot one today. When we went on one of our cruises, we went to Mexico, and we went to the Chechaban ruins, which were amazing, in this place called the Blue Lagoon, and it was about an hour away from the ship each way to get there. It was beautiful. And we were wearing our MAGA hats and shirts in Mexico, and we didn't have any negative problems. Yeah. Oh, today's, I mean, look at this weather. You know, it's absolutely beautiful. I'll show you guys the Dominican Republic again in just a minute. The best thing I ate so far, well, I've only had 2 dinners so far. So the first night for dinner, I had New York strip, and then last night I had, I just said it a few minutes ago, it's beef Wellington. And I ordered beef Wellington because Gordon Ramsay on Hell's Kitchen is always making them make beef Wellington. So Gordon Ramsay's like obsessed with beef Wellington, so I wanted to try beef Wellington. And it was pretty damn good, I gotta tell you. There's always a few liberals. I mean, there's a couple thousand people here, you know. So for the snorkeling, I have my GoPro, and I've got a wrist strap. So I'll have the GoPro on my wrist while I'm snorkeling today, and I'll put that in the vlog too. You order them from QVC? Yeah. Yeah. This guy last night I ran into, he's not even in our group, and he had the Trump shoes on. So that was pretty cool. And there's someone in our group that has the Trump shoes. I haven't seen them wear them yet, though. I've worn my MAGA hats everywhere. Yeah. The only time I've really taken it off is if I'm up top and the wind's blowing, because I don't want it to blow into the ocean. But yeah, I've worn my MAGA hat and shirts the whole cruise. Mm-hmm. Oh, Kid Rock is cool. He is very cool. Sometimes I order 2 dinners. I haven't done it on this cruise. On the last cruise, I ordered 2 dinners just to taste the different stuff. I'll give you guys another look at the Dominican Republic. Yeah, I told the guy, I was talking to him yesterday. He was talking about the Trump shoes. He hasn't worn them yet. I said, I would not be wearing those. I would have those in a case forever. See, I was showing you guys. I am right below the bridge. That's the bridge. The bridge of the ship, you know, where the captain drives the ship. So I hope you guys that are not with us this time can join us next time, because we just have a great time, and we have such a great group of people. There's no Jay from Jersey types. Obnoxious never Trumpers. How fast does the boat go? I don't know. That's a good question. Look it up online. It's the Celebrity Ascent. Yeah, I've years ago, I've taken cruises where I shot skeet on the back of the ship with shotguns. That was really cool. They don't do that anymore. If they did, I'd be back there, man. I've shot skeet on cruise ships a few times. The Dominican Republic. I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? I'm just amazed at the quality of the internet connection from Elon Musk's Starlink internet. That just blows me away. I mean, look at this. This is nuts. If you want to know the cost, call Ian, our travel agent. You know, the cost of the next cruise is very, very good, but the cost varies depending on what kind of cabin you pick. You know what I mean? This ship has suites that have 5 bedrooms. There's inside cabins, there's balcony rooms, there's rooms without balconies. You know, so the price on the next one is very, very affordable, but the price varies based on the cabin you choose. I saw that, David, yesterday, the astronauts. And then, you know, after the astronauts were on, they brought on Fox, they brought on this former astronaut who was like ripping NASA. It was very strange. Yeah, I love a cabin with a great view. And I sleep with the balcony open all night. because I like to hear the ocean noises. So I keep the balcony open. You know, this, I can close this. This raise, I showed it yesterday, but this raises and lowers. You guys want to see it again, or did you all see it yesterday? Let me show you. So this is my balcony, but I can raise it up if I want. Okay. And hear how quiet that is? It's like the sound of silence. And it has blackout shades too. So, like if you want to take a nap during the day, thing. You can put the blackout shades down. But I'll raise them back up. But I don't use those. I know it's nice, isn't it? I told you, this is a luxury cruise ship. This is not Carnival, man. So. Oh yeah, and you can actually, there's an app, and you can control the whole room, including your air conditioning in your cabin on the app, even when you're not in the room. So, you know, which is cool. So you hear, you know, so I'll put it back down. I think this is a really cool thing. Boom. I know, isn't it awesome? But I leave it open all the time. No, this captain is not DEI, I'll promise you that. He's Greek. The Greeks don't do DEI, man. This is the Dominican Republic. Yeah, this is awesome. I just love this thing. I don't know. It's in the 70s. I've not checked the temperature, but it's perfect. Oh, Carnival is just very lowbrow trash compared to this. The ships that we go on. If President Trump started a cruise line, Trump Cruises, it would be this. But the price is really good. And I like this because I've been watching them in the bridge sometimes at night. It's pretty cool. That's the bridge. That's where they come out when they're piloting, you know, they come in. Well, the thing about, okay, so Jack says he likes lower end, he's not picky. Well, here's the thing. This luxury cruise ship costs less to go on than Carnival. Because I was talking about this a few minutes ago. The Carnival Cruise Line, you'll see the advertised price. Oh, that's so good. But they nickel and dime you for everything when you get on board. And on our cruise, everything's included. So the Carnival cruise is actually more money. More money. And then I was very surprised, our travel agent, Ian, he told me that on Carnival, you're limited on the number of drinks you can get a day. I could drink 80 things a day. And sometimes I'll order a drink, like this drink I was talking about yesterday with the Tito's and Red Bull. I just wanted to taste it. I didn't really want to drink it. So I order a 50, I could order 150 drinks today if I wanted to. There's no limit. And sometimes I order just drinks just to, let me taste. I'll see someone drinking something. That's what happened with this Tito's Red Bull drink. I saw the bartender make one, and I was like, oh, can you make one of those for me? You know, it's fine. I wanted to try, and I just wanted to try it. It's beautiful. Well, listen, guys, I got to get going. We're going to meet in a little more than an hour and a half. We're going to actually have to meet at the end of the pier for our shore excursion. So I got some things to do. I'm going to go have breakfast, but I'll be back. Don't worry. Thanks for watching, everyone. My name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Thanks for watching. If you're new, subscribe. I'll see you next time.